All right, my Wicked Warriors, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast, soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I'm your host, Wicked Wally, and we are bringing you this show live from Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. This show is coming to you live, and because the most important part of this show is you, the folks that are watching. We have some folks watching live right now, so if you have any questions, comments for tonight, we want to see you in the chat. We want you to be part of the party. Right now, this is still an empty studio. I can't have people here because of the crazy times that we're in, but it will be a full house because it's going to be a full house of all of the folks that are watching the show and our guests tonight and my co-host tonight. So, so this is episode number 24 of the Wicked Wally webcast. And this show is titled Let's Get High with Phantom High. We are joined by frontwoman Peril and guitarist Seven of Toronto, Ontario's horror-glamcore band, Phantom High. They are a blend of nu metal, darkwave, industrial, and pop for an unforgettable genre-bending blend of music. And I've been really looking forward to this show because there's such a unique, interesting blend of music. And this is, I guess we were talking before the show, and we'll talk to our guests here shortly. It was a bit of a slow burn for me. I got into the band slowly. Over time, I started listening to them more and more, and now I am a full-fledged fan of this band, and I strongly suggest sticking around tonight. We're going to watch their music videos. We're going to talk about their music. They're a band you're not going to want to miss. They're actually pretty stellar. I'll also mention the episode title, Let's Get High with Phantom High. This is the first episode Wally had a little bit of marijuana before the show. So it should be good. I'll be in a good spirits, but not too much because I think I'm going to keep things on the rails still. Anyway, all that out of the way. Before we get into tonight's episode, I did want to mention, that in 2 weeks from now, our next show is in 2 weeks. We are going to be doing our merchandise giveaway contest. This guy's been running for a while. I had to take some time off because I had a newborn. But this merch giveaway contest is on our Instagram page. We currently have close to 200 followers on our Instagram, folks on Facebook, folks watching on YouTube as well. And with that many followers, guess how many folks are currently entered for our merchandise giveaway contest? Properly, 8 people. So there's two prize packs to give away, t-shirt, hat combination, and we're going to be giving these away. Like I said, in 2 weeks, we're going to announce it live on the show. Anywhere in North America that you're in, we can ship it to you. We can ship you these, so it doesn't matter where you are, where you're at. You can win some free merchandise, Wicked Wally merchandise, just to promote our merch store and our show. But to enter properly, you can't just like the post. You have to also tag one of your buddies who you think would like the Wicked Wally webcast. So another metalhead or maybe someone in a band, whoever it may be, tag at least one person in the post, and you get an entry to win. Your odds are really good right now. The odds are really good right now. So in order to do that, you can just go to, like I said, I have our Instagram page up right now. Just find the post with the t-shirt. Yeah, just find the post with the t-shirt, click on it, and like it and at yourself, because you can win some free stuff. I think I should have Jay here. Jay, Metal Warrior, my co-host for tonight. How's it going, Jason?
Wally, I'm good, buddy. How you doing tonight? Or should we call you Wacky Tobacco Wally?
Wacky Tobacco Wally. You know what? When you're so stressed with a crying kid, a little bit of that just makes you feel normal.
Yeah.
So I'm actually operating just probably like I normally would be. That's the goal.
A little screaming, maybe not something I can relate to. You're on your own on that one.
I am on my own on that one. Here, I'm going to pull this up on the camera just to show folks what the merch looks like. Go ahead and like the post and tag somebody. Even if you're a band that I've interviewed before, I don't care. If a band member wins this, that would be awesome too. I can wear it on stage, man. That'd be pretty cool. So Wicked Wally, I can show. I'm not wearing it tonight. I'm wearing a different shirt tonight because the band that we're interviewing.
I get your back.
Oh yeah, let me throw you up here. Let me throw you up here. Bloop you up. There you go. Let's see the back, Jay. Jay's wearing a t-shirt tonight. Wicked Wally webcast. Looks like you're part of the crew because he is part of the crew. Awesome. So that's enough of that. Like I said, it's time to interview Peril. Oh, we have some folks in the... Oh, just Jason in the chat. What's up? How's everyone doing tonight? We have a bunch of folks watching. Hey, fellas. Oh, Nate Trash is in the chat. Hey, Nate. How's it going, man? You can't see me talking. All right. It's time to get on with the show. Like I said, Phantom High from Toronto, Ontario. We have Peril and guitarist Seven of this incredibly cool band. Everything from the look, the aesthetic, the promotion, the sound, everything is just carefully crafted into this really cool package. So, all right, let's pull them up. Peril, Seven, welcome. Are you still on mute? Here, we can't hear you.
Oh, and now they froze.
They hung up on us? Oh no, there they go. There we go. There you are. Hi, welcome. We have a bunch of folks watching, probably some of your fans as well. I'm assuming you have a pretty good cult following going with what you've been doing in terms of music.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not we're not Linkin Park, but yeah, we're doing okay. We really 2020 was going to be the year that we kind of blew it out a little bit and did some shows abroad and on the American side, and that did so well.
So did you actually have some American shows planned?
Yeah. We had some Arizona, and we were planning on getting down to California and
damn it.
Some stuff in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one for everybody. Even starting this show, I had plans to do it before everything hit, and then now everything's got to be remote, and no one can come to my house and and put together the show. But yeah, and I'm not surprised folks wanted to book you after watching some of your live performances, which I also want to check out tonight. Some live shows of yours. There's a really great video of one of your live performances. I want to check some of that out tonight and talk about it because, man, the live show must just be insane. Like I've seen a lot of comments on different videos you've had, on different things, on different posts, and everyone's just saying, you killed it at this show, you killed it at that show. How do you manage to? I mean, how important is the live performance and the theatrics of it? Because I know a lot of bands, one thing I wrote in my notes for tonight's episode, I want to talk about later, is the aesthetic of the band. One thing I wrote down is that you're not just a bunch of people in t-shirts from other bands. Like, you have this look, and where did that come from? And I'm going to get into it right now. Where did that come from? And
you sound like you do.
Yeah, where did that come from? That aesthetic and
So I've always kind of liked the Joker gang type of vibe. I've always liked. Do you remember there's a movie from I'm not sure if it's late 70s or early 80s called Warriors, and
yes.
Yep.
And so basically the premise was all of these different gangs around the city. They all had their own thing, and you could tell distinctly who each one was, just to look at them. And, that was the initial kind of vibe. And we were looking for a front person because I'm a guitar player.
Oh, okay.
We were looking for a front person to fulfill a certain aesthetic, and for 4 years. And just nobody, if you can't display the idea, sometimes people just don't see the vision.
Right.
And
right.
One day we were watching an anime called Knights of Sidonia, and it's on Netflix, and the kind of societal elites, they all wore these type of stoic masks. And I thought, wow, that's fucking cool, man. These people they could be dying or in sheer terror, and it's just this stoic, unexpressive look, and it feels very brave, or I don't know, something really moved me by it. And then I was like, wouldn't that be cool to have that for a front person? And then I was like, wait a minute, hey, we could do that, and I decided to be kind of a muse for a vocalist while we kind of figured out what we were going to sound like, what we were going to look like, what we were going to do, who we were going to be. And eventually I kind of realized that nobody's going to do it the way that I do it.
You want something done right, just do it yourself.
We talked about that before the show, yeah.
Hiring somebody else, and I'm like, oh, great, so now I got to learn to fucking sing. And yeah, no, it's the conviction. Everything is about the conviction, and that's the stage show is to go out, and that's, I think, our strongest point, and that's why
the music's great too, by the way. Don't knock your music. It's actually quite fantastic. I just want to say in the chat, we have a few more folks joining us talking in the chat, and great questions, comments. You're part of the party tonight. Everyone's locked down, so this is a way for us to have fun and talk about some great music and woo, raise the roof.
Corey's a fan.
Yes, we have Adrian D'Souza, metal horns. We got some metal horns up in the chat. We also have Corey Pesca. Am I saying it right? I don't know. Pessy, sorry. Wicked. Oh, I like the word wicked. Thanks for that. Wicked, Phantom High rules. They absolutely do. We're going to talk about it more. No hope for the Nate from No Hope from the Lost from our last episode. I love the anime reference. Of course you would love the anime reference. We talked all about the anime, and we talked about, they have a Final Fantasy X themed EP that they just released. So
that's awesome. That is gnarly.
I listened to it today, actually.
Oh, there you go. See, we made some new fans from in Phantom High. Jeff Ostrander in the chat says, saw the band at Lee's Palace before time stood still.
Oh, the last show.
Well, okay, so I noticed like the music, when I looked at your Bandcamp and Spotify, music was released like 2019, 2020. But this has been in inception. This band's been going for how long now?
So, I mean, in one form or another, since we've been in a band together in various incarnations since 2007.
That makes sense.
Long time.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was wondering, that was one of the things I wrote down here on my notes for tonight. I'm like, man, there's no way this is just like something that just came out of the blue. Like, either each member's been in other projects that have gone on for a long time. Like these people have been playing music and writing music and involved in music projects for a long time. And yeah, okay.
You hear something funny though? Yeah, that was so, but and we kind of conceptualized Phantom High in 2015 or 2016 and figured out the aesthetic and everything. But we had never done a show before November of 2018 ever, as a band. And we did our first show, I think, in Toronto in 2019, in like March of 2019.
Wow,
so
okay.
We've done like 13 shows, I think, ever.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't seem like very many.
That's not very many. Considering some of the bands I know we're in Calgary, Alberta, and I know some bands that play like 100 shows a year or something crazy. Like they're just nuts. They're just constantly playing like it's every single chance they get. But I'm impressed because, like I said, the live performance is great, is really good. We're going to check it out in a bit. Before that, we'll check out your music video. I'm going to go back to the photo here. I should see on the screen now a photo of the band members, and I wanted to give all the band members a shout out here. Peril, you're here on the right. The second from the left is Seven. So we have Seven here, guitarist, Seven. So I noticed. So one thing I'll go back to, Peril, is you said that you were a guitar player originally. You were not a vocalist. Like how long did it? Like when did you start transitioning to become a vocalist? Because I think you do a fantastic job. So
what's the date today? I'm actually still learning to sing. Like sing. I always joke before that I started out and I just make musical noises with my voice. I consider myself a singer, but that's changing because I'm working really hard. The next stuff that you hear from Phantom High is going to be you'll hear an evolution there for sure. I started singing basically just doing our demos and stuff to kind of suss them out. Probably around 2016.
Okay. So a little bit because your harsh vocals are, they're excellent. In my mind, like there are harsh vocals, a lot of harsh vocals you can't understand, and it doesn't really matter. It's metal. You don't always have to understand what's being said, but yours you can, and I think that's impressive. And that's also part of the reason I'm wearing this shirt tonight instead of the Wicked Wally merch shirt tonight. I'm wearing my Static X shirt from 2002 when I saw them live, and the reason I want to, I'll pull this up here. Yeah, Static X. Yeah, I love Static X.
Well, Jelly, I never got to see Wayne Static play.
Yes, I did. It was fantastic to see them, and I was young. I was 2003 as a young lad. I think I was first year of college. First year of college, I think, when I went to see them. But just because, like I said, a lot of the influences stuff in your music reminds me of these older bands. Before I do that, though, like I said, I'm a little all over the place. Maybe it was the marijuana. But that's okay. I'm in a good mood. Do you have the band up here? The other band members that are up here. There's also the newest member of the band. I don't see her here. Lunality, the ginger, is your new bass player. Is that right?
Her name is Blair. And
Blair. Okay.
Yeah, so she's got a crazy Instagram name. So she's in school right now as we speak. I think she's going for audio production so she's so that's why she's not here. And the drummer Joey, he's got lessons I think tonight. So we've been going hard while in the downtime just to improve ourselves as musicians, because when we kind of started this out, we were just going to be mainly focused on theatrics, and we've established that and we've got that, and now we're really being a bit introspective about our musicianship and kind of trying to work that out. So Joey is probably on a video chat right now with his drum instructor.
Your drummer, yeah.
So he's in the lab, and we're going to be bringing on a new guitar player as well, and a new synth player.
Yario? Is that? Or Jerio? Yario?
Oh, no. He was in our video.
Oh, Hyro.
Yeah,
Hyro. Sorry, I suck with names. Hyro, he's not part of the band. He was just in the music video, and that was it?
He's definitely family.
Okay, yeah.
He's in school as well, so it's just, we're a family, and sometimes we're together and sometimes we're not, but he's done a lot of the video stuff for us and pictures, and it's just been an amazing human being. And
is Vicky Blue still part of the band, or no, not anymore?
She's not. She's doing a couple other projects.
Okay.
But super cool.
Excellent. Okay, so in terms of influence, like I said, I'm wearing this shirt. We'll listen to some of the music. I want to cut it. We'll want to talk about influences here in a bit, and stuff that I hear in the music fairly clearly, I think. But it's not a bad thing. I think sometimes when bands wear their influences on their sleeve, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, especially with a band like yours, when you have so many different influences, so many different kind of genres colliding. Having that familiar hook or familiar driving force through the song is a good way to kind of get new people into it and get new people listening to the music. So anyway, so let's pull this up. I'm going to pull up your music video for Black Divine. This is the first thing, I'll have to change my view here. This is the first thing I ever saw from Phantom High. Oh, and I will say in the chat, more fans in the chat here. We have Sarah Grosdanopoulos, Sarah Grosdanopoulos, I think. These guys are, well, I don't. These guys are so awesome and such incredible musicians. I totally agree. We're going to check out this music video, high production. So I want to watch a little bit of it first, and then if you can think of anything you want to mention about the video, talk about, go ahead and interject. I'll pause it. We can chat more about it. I looked a bit into, you mentioned before, the production of this music video a little bit. You touched on it. I want to definitely hit on that as well. Anyway, let's do this. All right, let's check it out.
Woo!
Woohoo! Ooh.
So I was taking a bath.
I would
Okay,
say
okay. Who? The bathtub. Why? What's the significance of the bathtub?
So the bathtub, initially in the original idea for the video, it was just going to be in a breakdown, and it's more of it's metaphoric.
Okay.
And so in the breakdown, Black Divine is, for anybody that hasn't seen it, or doesn't really know where we're coming from in that. Black Divine, I wrote the song and we picked it as the first single because, I've always had this side of me, and ever since I was 3 or 4, I've been
right.
Like there's been a duality to who I am.
Sure.
I'm the other person and I'm this person. This is more of an unfettered, version of myself.
Right.
But my music and I won't go into everybody's had shit times in their life, but through the worst times in my life, I've had music and I've had this artistic or creative energy inside of me. And so it's always been almost like you could kind of compare it to like a possession, almost like something that you can turn on and turn off. And sometimes you can't turn it on or turn it off. But, and I was studying ancient Egyptian culture.
Okay.
And one of the things they have is divine masculine and divine feminine, or sacred masculine, sacred feminine. And they have, it's not about a gender, it's about specific qualities and traits are in male or female, in gender. And so artisticness is considered to be divine or sacred feminine.
Okay.
And
okay.
so I kind of just took a hybrid of that with the dark side, that seems to, this creative force seems to pull from, and kind of just stuck them together, and Black Divine is what that is. So the song is essentially about whoever you are, whatever you do, you have something that your hopes and that you love in your heart, and it kind of, you draw on it in your darkest times.
Right.
So music is that for me, and that's kind of what this is.
Right. Yeah. And so I'll ask you quickly, maybe on your end, if you have a speaker or something, maybe turn it down a little bit. You might be getting a bit of feedback coming through. As long as you're not hearing yourself, I think we're okay. You're good?
No, I don't hear myself.
You guys are good. Okay. I just want to make sure. And that must be and something I want to talk about too, about it must be kind of liberating to have this other part of your personality, who you are, and be able to just like go full force with it on stage and perform and just be like, boom, just throw it out there as much as humanly possible in this musical outlet. That has to feel so good. And is it like a release, or how does it feel to be able to just be that, like you said, that other facet of your personality, and just to throw that into your performance? How does that feel?
It is very cathartic, and it's also, I went out and got my food from the Uber Eats guy just a few minutes ago.
Wearing the mask?
Yeah, oh yeah, everything.
Just good, just having fun fucking with people, eh?
I just don't give a shit, like I
Right.
just, and because once you break that membrane of giving a shit, and you're like, why did I ever, like why?
No
did I
kidding.
Ever care what people thought and what people
No kidding.
did, and I just me, and I'm not trying to sell anything or do anything. This is just artistic expression, and on stage it was awesome because nobody expected it from the other me. Nobody expected that to come out, and to see at our first show in Toronto, to just look into the audience when we came into our first song, and just to see the people, the expressions, and some people were shocked. Some people had a big smile on their face. Everybody had their phone out. I could see pushing in from the back room that to fill out the area, and I was like, this is awesome, because this is exactly what I want to do is like I want to entertain, and we're supposed to be theatric. And if you're just going to be like everybody else, you know, there's a place for that if your musicianship is there, but there's also a place for theatrics and entertaining and putting on a show, and that's really, you know, our heart where we come from.
So some of my most favorite shows have been bands that do exactly that kind of thing. You know, you go to a show to see a show and you get a show.
Right.
Like, I remember the first time I saw Marilyn Manson, I was just floored. That was one of the single best shows I have ever seen. And you absolutely appreciate the time and the effort and the creative force that went into putting on a show like that. It leaves a lasting impression on people.
Yeah, it's a movie, you know, it's a movie to music, and that's what we try to be. And if I don't feel like I'm going to pass out literally at least 3 times, it wasn't a show.
Wasn't a good show. Yeah, exactly. And Peril, I can say from someone personally who was severely bullied in junior high, I can empathize with having facets of your personality you've had to hide and all that kind of stuff. So I fully can empathize with your point. Anyway, let's get back to the music video. I teased it before we started watching it. We looked at a bathtub. We didn't get any further. And Corey Pesci? Corey Pesci, like Joe Pesci. Our buddy Corey in the chat says, unreal visuals on the Wicked Divine, the Black Divine video. All right, let's check out the Wicked visuals. And it are wicked. Let's check it out. So, you know, it starts off with this very poppy hook, very synthesized vocals. I mean, I don't know is that a choice because of the aesthetic of it, or Peril, are you still like, is it to kind of like, oh, I don't believe in my vocal range yet? Because you mentioned that earlier in the interview. I think you sound great, but is it artistic choice, or is it kind of like, well, I'm doing this on purpose because I'm trying to, add an effect on my voice?
Prosthetic, and I wanted it to be almost. The problem was that we picked this song for our first single when nobody else has really, may have not heard us before and doesn't know our other songs or how we sound.
Right.
And so it was almost like an ironic over poppiness, because I am actually like a huge like Britney Spears and Lady Gaga fan, and Max Martin is a songwriter. Like I love that shit. Like a good song, like a well-written song.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. But I wanted to have I really wanted to overdo it to be, like, I don't give a shit. We'll do anything and make it work. Like, you can give us a vocoder and we'll make that shit fire. Right. And so that was the intent of the song. Kind of the concept was to be really just, I do what I want, I do what I want. But
the Shadow, or the Conjured EP, or the Shadows EP, I see it called as well, the Conjured EP. Then I started listening to that. And I'm like, oh, it's heavier. It's even heavier than this single. So this is like I said, a good introduction. Although a lot of bands do want to do that. They want to kind of have something that's a little catchier, I guess, to catch people at first, right? And man, am I happy this got me interested and discovered learned the rest of your music, because that EP is just like, it's fire. Like all the kids say now, it's fire. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to the track, the visuals of this as well. The music video, it's a simple like it's a sound stage. It's this big sound stage. It's all kind of white with lights and smoke. It's not like a complicated set, but I think it's because of your aesthetic, and you took that, what I saw in your live performance, and you put that into the music video. You basically took some of that aesthetic and performance and then just amplified it and put that into the music video, and that comes through. And I think the kind of the minimalist approach to this music video works really well for what you do. Would you agree with what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. We wanted to go with qualitative over quantitative, and we went to William F. White, and I hired the most badass guy I knew with a camera crew.
Lion Shoots photography or no?
No, he's a badass dude. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
He's a photographer, and he's amazing. And he's been with us, kind of documenting us since we started, since before our first show in 2018. So, we wouldn't even have a social media if it weren't for him and Hyro. It wouldn't be any, the guy has basically made us, and I can't praise him enough, because he's also, not only did he help us out, but he also is like an incredible photographer. But this guy, Rich Meisner with Cut Cartel, and I had seen him do a video for a friend of ours, Damon Gray, and I was just like, it's the first video I saw. It was Stoned and Alone, and I thought, this guy, the quality of the camera shots, and it looks, like cinematic. And so that was something we wanted to go. That said, we did lose a location with the whole COVID thing.
Okay.
We had another. There was also a mansion.
Ooh.
Like Drake's mansion or something like that. And it fell through because of the COVID stuff, because we filmed this in was it August?
Yeah.
August, September of
2020.
Yeah. And so things, it was freed up, and then it went for a dip, but we had to do everything with the masks and the COVID testing going into the facility and everything. But yeah, so we kind of, we improvised a little bit with the video. So it's, fortunately, all of the elements had a good qualitative aspect to them. So pretty much whatever you did with that, it came awesome.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about how you got connected, because it's not only that, you also have a cinematographer. Benji Shoots, like a cinematographer, an on-set photographer, Lion Shoots, cinematographer. Cut Cartel put together a music video. If you go to their website, thecutcartel.com, it's just a bunch of the videos. There's not a lot on here. It's just like, email us. That we make good music videos. That's all you need to know, is just watch these videos and then tell us if you want something done by us. So that's pretty cool. And then also, like, the cinematographer with all these accolades. If you go through if you go to benjishoots.com, cinematographer has a bunch of awards from all these short films, award-winning short films. So it's just like, how did you? I guess you're in Toronto. So that's a pretty cool hub to be in terms of people, and probably can be a lot of creatives in Toronto. But like, how do you get in touch with? How hard was it to get in touch with such creative people and get them involved in this project?
So I don't know how hard it would have been to get in touch with them, but Rich came to one of our shows, I think at the Bovine. Oh. And then it was, I think he got the vibe there, and so we kind of got into contact, and Benji and the other guys, there's I think two other guys that are in the Cut Cartel kind of camp, and so they all came as a package deal with when Rich produced our film. And those guys, our camera was what was it?
Oh, I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, it was like a $1 million camera or something.
Whoa! Wow.
And so it was really funny seeing them with a really expensive camera and the crane and stuff, and they were like a fucking SEAL team. Like they moved like a SEAL team. Like they just so sharp. I'm still really like impressed with those guys.
Awesome. In the chat, Corey, our buddy Corey, says anti-pop softcore fetish audio snuff needs to become a legit subcategory. All right, let's watch the rest of the music video. We've been bragging it up. We've been talking about the production. Let's just finish it off, just to watch everything we've been talking about here. And yeah, let's do this. Eyes controlling what I unfolding, lies unwound. Like a brisket, it's just too fucked up in the world to stay. But I'm I wanna bleed now, cause the bitch in the mirror's reviving me. Oh, I gotta ask, who's in the tub with you, Peril? Who's in that black mask? Oh, Seven.
It was so cold. It was so cold.
Oh my God! Yeah, a lot of people when they talk about music videos, I mean, it looks great. You know, it looks like it's got to be a lot of fun. But everyone always has funny stories. Like one other band I had on the show talked about the location was full of pigeon shit because it was just like this old abandoned building, right? So, was there anything from what was the most fun part about shooting a video like this? What was the most difficult part of shooting a video like this?
I think the most fun part for me personally was having all of our friends there. As
right.
we first invited the lineup of people, they're all really close friends of ours.
We got our favorite people and the people that have helped us and supported us. And
that's cool.
Dwight Hybrid from Hybrid Hardcast, and Pete from Midnight Looms, and just everybody that we could get that's been there. And we wanted to pay it forward and just make sure that they had a moment with us because they're, so important to us.
So when you're walking here in the video, Peril, these are your fans. These are the band's fans?
These are our fans, friends, like our
cool.
close, our family.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's awesome. Making them a part of this. I mean, they have a mask on, but it still must have been such a cool experience. They're like, hey, I'm part of this. When you become super huge, they can go back and say, like, hey, look, I was in this music video.
If you ever get any type of exposure or anything like that, they won't have to, because we're just that way, that we keep our ranks pretty tight, and
right.
The people that have showed up for us never forget that.
Right. All right, let's keep going. Love the little rap breakdown, by the way. That's pretty. I can't remember now. Do you do that in any of your other songs? Have like
I actually, before I was in this iteration of expression, I was doing rap. I was on labels in the States.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so it's kind of like I started out as a teen in rock and metal, and then I kind of took a departure, and because I've always loved hip hop and like the angst, anything with angst and a real movement behind it, and it resonates with me. So that was something I didn't intend to get into it, and it just happened. And that was that. And then I think I kind of got a little disenchanted with where everything was at the period of time when I switched back to rock. It just felt limited as far as my sense of expression.
Sure.
And so I actually am doing kind of a solo thing that's more, I don't know if you want to call it urban or what you would call it, but it's definitely that aspect of me, because I'm very compartmentalized, segmented,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Wait, so I do.
Well, yeah, we can hear it. We can hear different influences in the music too. Like if like, I'm a Lady Gaga fan, I'm a hip hop fan, and I'm also, and and for me, heavy metal is absolutely my favorite genre of music, hands down. But at the same time, I like to listen to other stuff besides metal. It's not just 100% metal all the time, and that's also I think why I have an open mind when it comes to different kinds of bands and music. I'm just like I'm only into thrash metal that came out, between these years in the '80s from these specific albums from these specific bands. I'm not one of those people in the slightest. So yeah.
Yeah.
Seven. I know. I just realized that I haven't asked you enough questions yet. You've been awfully quiet this interview, and I wanted to ask you more. What influences do you have? Like, what musical inspirations do you have that you bring to Phantom High?
Well, I started off with Korn, obviously.
Korn, yes, I was going to say that. Yeah.
I got my first guitar, and it was a 6-string. And my second guitar was a 7-string. It was like 6 months later, so I've been playing 7-string ever since. So definitely got the Korn vibes. Deftones, I love that shit. The deep, low, those low bends. That's my jam. I like that shit.
Well, I was gonna say my initial impressions from listening to your music, and you can even get more of that in the EP. I would say, I think of Korn, I think of Static X, I think of. Yeah, I even think maybe Power Man 5000 a little bit with the theatrics, maybe a little Rammstein because of the industrial parts of the songs. Yeah, I mean, my thought, like this kind of these buzzwords fly in my head sometimes, and I was like, it's like industrial metal meets Alaska Thunderfuck, and because it's just the most amazing thing ever,
That's awesome. I love that.
Did I hit the nail on the head?
Yeah, definitely. Deftones, Korn. The Birthday Massacre.
Yeah.
If you guys know those guys they're out of Toronto, and I think they're bigger, like stateside and Europe than they are here in Canada. But they're massive influences, and also Orgy, Julian, Vanity Beach, like a lot of the stuff from the early 2000s was kind of, I think, formative years for where I was figuring out the things that I liked. And I think that's kind of where we met creatively, on that plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jay and I were listening to a lot of the same stuff too when we were getting into metal and stuff. Wouldn't that be right, Jay? Oh, you're on mute, Jay. I can't hear you. Yeah. Can't hear you.
It happened to us earlier. I'm sure it'll come back in.
Oh, okay. It's the limitation is, geez, technology. Oh no, I lost my co-host. Well, that's okay, Jason. You can just look pretty, Jay. Just smile and look pretty. Sign language. Peril's doing sign language. Technology. Okay, let's see. Black Divine. Oh yeah, seeing the tub at the end. I'm gonna. Oh, there I can hear you again, Jay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I'm not muted, and I just opened my sound preference, and it's showing levels. So.
Okay.
Anyways.
I was just saying. Yeah, we. That's why.
I could hear you just fine. Yeah, it's like that kind of time frame. I mean, I guess you could kind of title it new metal is probably what most people kind of think a lot of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that would have been. I was totally into that stuff back then. Actually, one of the bands I would say the guitar sounded a lot like to me from that time frame is a band called Spineshank, who I really dug back then.
Oh yeah.
Definitely some similar sounds. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I can hear similarities there as well.
No, I can hear the similarities, I think.
Sweet.
Which, yeah, I love Spineshank. They're probably one of my favorites out of that new metal scene for sure. So, I mean that as a compliment. Absolutely.
That's a huge compliment. Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Ooh, creepy.
Yeah, that's my blood.
That's your actual blood? What?
So they put a brass cork in the tub because obviously it was in the middle of a film studio and they didn't want the water to leak out because the floor is really expensive in there.
Sure, yeah.
So, but I wasn't thinking about it. So when I was having a seizure in the tub. One of the first 45 seconds that I was in there, I bashed my heel wide open, and then I spent another hour and a half sitting in the tub while they did the different shots and stuff, bleeding out in the tub.
Was there not supposed to be like a dark, murky, bloody water? That was because you injured yourself? Is that true?
My heel, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's commitment to the art.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's pretty metal too. It actually fits in with the horror genre as well. Like you think about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they talk about using like real carcasses and stuff. And when they shot that the original movie, like there's real pig carcasses and like dead flesh from animals and stuff like that when they shot that original movie, and the actors were getting sick. And now you have a badass story too. I mean, it's just an injured heel, but I mean, you can say I was in a pool of my own blood for this music video. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're going to like it. You're going to sit in there and you're going to bleed. And we're going to. It's going to be great. Yeah.
Oh, Adrian D'Souza. Hell's yeah, it was an awesome day. So she was in the music video. That is pretty darn cool. Or he, maybe. Adrian? It could be
Yeah, he was there.
He was there. Sorry, Adrian. Yeah, that's awesome. I think spelt it differently if it's the other. Okay, cool. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, that was it. I was just quoting Rocky.
Adrian! Awesome. Black Divine. So we talked about that to death, but it's worth it because that's such a cool music video. And we talked about the aesthetic, where that comes from. Something I wanted to share with you, a couple things I wanted to share with you regarding the aesthetic, and specifically Peril regarding your mask. One thing I wanted to share is it reminded me of something, and I want to know if either you know the reference or what. So it just reminded me of something. I want to pull this up and I want to see what you think. Here, I'm going to make this different size and see. I'm just curious to get your reaction about this. So, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Boom.
Yeah,
there we go.
There's that other one.
Yeah, I'll show that in a bit.
Oh, I know what that is.
Oh, Reboot.
Reboot, you know the reference. That's
Hexadecimal.
Awesome. Hexadecimal. Yeah, does I don't know if Peril knows the reference, but Seven does.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think I only know it in my search for. I spent a long time trying to figure out how I was going to craft a mask, and so that had came up, a lot in the search. So that's how. Yeah. Also, if you know, his name escapes me, but the BTK killer.
Oh, okay. Let's pull that up.
That's creepy as shit because I found out after the fact, and it's very much, it's very much me.
Oh, well, BTK, he was, there was that TV show. He was like the main, what's that Netflix series about the serial killers, the guys who track down serial killers.
Find, torture, kill is what it stands for.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh, this is creepy.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see it.
Oh, there's the mask. Ooh, my god. Yep. Okay, I see that. I see it clearly there. Holy smokes, that's a crazy reference.
He used to apparently wear that when he was killing people, and then take pictures in their clothes. And I was like, man, that's twisted. I love it.
Or our buddy Corey in the chat, thank you. The show's called Mindhunters. That's a Netflix series I'm talking about Mindhunters. And there's a bunch of different serial killers from that era, and it's about trying to analyze them because at the time they just thought everyone was crazy. Yeah, everyone's just crazy. But it's like no. There's patterns here.
The original profilers, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So Seven knows hexadecimal. I grew up watching that show, Reboot, and just your movements on stage, your persona, the mask, just reminded me of this character, and she goes through
creepy as fuck.
Right,
that hexadecimal.
Right.
Like for a kids cartoon, that was really creepy shit.
Actually, very true. Very, very true. Because it was a kid's cartoon and they got more mature as it went. But this character as well went through, you're mentioning dualities and different personalities. Well, she changes her masks depending on her mood. Like that's what we're seeing here. So it's kind of... Yeah, and then as the show goes, she actually has a transformation, becomes a good character near the end of the show, and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, so it's just kind of made me think of that when I was watching. The other thing I wanted to share with you, again, I really got into your music, so it kind of hit me and your aesthetic, so it hit me personally. Is also I am huge into. I love cosplay. I love Halloween. I love dressing up, and the idea of putting on a mask or wearing makeup or going into a different skin, and just kind of being feeling a different part of yourself, kind of being a character, or just finding a different part of yourself and kind of expressing that. I wanted to share this with you. I've never shared anything like this ever on any of my shows or anything, but there's me in as the Joker.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a sick costume. Cosplay, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I kind of did my own thing. I was going to do tattoos too, which is kind of funny. This is before the Jared Leto Joker thing with the damage tattoo across his head. But I was going to do a tattoo thing too, but I just ran out of time. It took like all morning until noon, until early, like 6 a.m. in the morning until noon to get everything put together and to get the makeup done the way I wanted, because, but anyway, yeah, so I fully, like when I see the makeup and the costumes and the theatrics, I'm just like, yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, nothing more to say about that. I just thought I would share.
It was cool. It was really cool, Wally.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Thank you.
I was commenting on it, but I don't know if we cut out or whatever. And then I noticed everything kind of froze, and we were just like,
oh, sorry. What were you saying about it?
No, I was just saying it was awesome while you were talking about it, and then after I stopped, you stopped, and then I don't know if you were thinking that we hadn't commented on it, and we were just here kind of being stoic and being like,
no, okay, thanks. Well, you just
awkward silence.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the other thing, so in terms of watching, like I mentioned your live performance, and I think the live performance is just is really cool. You have some other videos that were shot, I think, in like a jam space, that kind of thing. But the video I want to pull up here, Phantom High live at Krampus 2019, the Opera House. So I have here, actually, I did this in the wrong order. I was going to ask you if you recognize this set list at all, but that's, do you recognize this set list at all?
Yes.
Yeah, so what's that from?
do you know?
It was a later one, I think.
Yeah. Is that carpet underneath of it?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So it must be Hard Luck.
Was probably, no, it wasn't Hard Luck, because I slipped and busted my ass on fake blood at Hard Luck, so there was no carpet there. It could have been Sneaky D's, or it could have been Bovine. Maybe.
Remember?
We just went all out in 2019, and we were just doing shows like as much as we could get. You know, we didn't want to burn ourselves out, but I was like, we should at least do, you know, a show a month just to really set the pace. And so that's what we did. We just went around on our bucket list of all of our, you know, bucket list venues and
nice.
tried to, yeah, the only one we didn't get was the Mod Club, and it closed while during the shutdown.
Oh.
So that was heartbreaking. But
yeah, that is heartbreaking. So this is from the Opera House in Toronto. This is a video we're going to look at is Phantom High live at Krampus 2019. So what was Krampus 2019?
So that's a friend of ours has these really cool, he has a project called Squidlid, and he's an amazing artist, and he does a lot of really cool different themed arts. And every year he has the Krampus Ball here at the Opera House, and it's a huge event. You know, it's a major thing here in Toronto. It's the place to be. And
people dress up for it.
Yeah, like
wow.
Everybody, if you can see the audience, like everybody is maxed out. Yeah, so
everyone has their horns.
So when
we're gonna check it out, yeah.
When he asked us, we were like, "Oh my God, yes, of course we'll play this."
It's a perfect fit for your band. It looks like people are dressed up to see you. That's what it looks like in the video, right? Because the way they're dressed up with the horns and stuff like that, it looks like they're dressed up to see you specifically. It looks like you're groupies is the right word, but your fans. It looks like your fans in the audience. It's pretty cool. So I have a timestamp here. There's 2 songs I want to look at from this live performance. One is Exorcist, which is a single that you released. The other is Ambiguous, which was the first track and the one that stood out to me the most in your EP, in the Conjured EP. So I want to check those out, and I strongly recommend in the episode description. So if you're watching the show right now, we have an episode description that has links to Phantom High's stuff, their website, phantomhigh.ca, and then also the Conjured EP, where you can find that on Spotify as well. There's a link to this video. Watch it. Watch the whole thing, start to finish. I did. We were missing live shows right now. There are no live shows. We can't go to live music event shows right now. And this gives you that live show vibe, and gives you the idea, gives you the feeling of what it's like to see this band live. This put me over the edge to like, I went from like, oh, this is going to be a good interview and this band's pretty cool, to like, oh my God, oh my, I can swear.
You can swear.
I'm used to my radio show. Holy fucking shit. I'm so excited to have this band on the show. So we're going to go ahead and listen to some of these live tracks and look at this live performance. That just blew me away. The song we're going to listen to first is Exorcist. What can you set up this track for us? Either Seven first. I'm going to ask you what you want, because I feel like I haven't been talking to you enough.
The Exorcist, that was our single release just before Black Divine?
Yep.
Yeah. And we released it on Halloween?
Close to Halloween.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't remember. Yeah. It was over 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it about the movie, The Exorcist, or?
Yeah, we have some samples in there from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's one of our favorite horror movies, so we just wanted to pay some homage, and I mean, you wrote the lyrics, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I really dig the movie and the character and the concept and just the whole culture around that, and the energy around that, and the fact that it had its own energy even when they were filming it, and it's really iconic the way that it steered pop culture and horror in the direction.
Right.
It was one of the first movies I saw as a kid, like a real deal horror movie that scared the living shit out of me.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, damn, that touched me in a real special place that before it touches me again.
Right. And Linda Blair's character in that goes through her own transformation in that movie. Very scary transformation. In The Exorcist. Another thing I didn't pull up earlier, we were looking at your set list, and just serendipitously, I was going through some old photos, trying to get rid of some old photo albums and doing some sorting and stuff like that. And I found something that was a set list, because I knew. Oh, Nate Trash Talks, thanks for following now on on Twitch. So if anyone wants to, if you follow the show on Twitch, you get a little shout out there. All right. So one thing I want to pull up is something I found, because I knew, like 2 weeks ago, I wanted to wear my Static X shirt, because I was like, what shirts do I have from the era of bands that inspire your music? So okay, I'm going to wear my old Static X shirt, and look what I found. Just honestly wasn't looking for this set list from the show that I went to see them at. So
wow, that was rad.
Like that's the actual set list. Like
that's the actual. Yes, correct. They were. Well, we were right up in front. And my good friend Matthew, he's passed away now, but he knew how much of a fan I was of the band, and he actually risked getting kicked out, kind of climbed on part of the stage, grabbed it off the stage, and kind of by the speaker or the amp, I guess, in front of them, and pulled it off. So and saved it, and then gave it to me, and actually put together a series of photos and stuff, and put this in there for me as a gift. And made this little photo album for me. So it's this is a very sentimental piece of paper right here that I found the other day.
That or something before he's totally destroyed.
Right. It was, well, that's because it was kind of the condition it was in when we got it too, I think, or he probably just put it in his pocket or something. But Push It, Black and White, Shadow Zone, Cold, Stupid, Bled for Days.
Yeah, there's a lot of good songs.
This is not this is not, I hate this. Anyway, I love, anyway, so I found that, and then I saw the set list at the beginning of that video, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and play your live performance of of Exorcist, not The Exorcist, but Exorcist, homage to the Linda Blair starred movie. Let's check it out. Little intro.
Woo!
Woo! We're in it's a live show. Remember live shows? Okay, hold on. One comment in the chat I got to read really quickly. Corey says Showgirls is a terribly scary horror story that I'm sure impacted Peril as well. Showgirls.
To this day, I am an insomniac from that movie. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
No.
Oh, okay. Paul Van Vanderhoef. How do you say his last name? The guy who directed RoboCop and Starship Troopers. Yeah. That's not one of his better movies for sure. Yeah, there's that audience, hey? Like how they're all dressed up. That's all in costumes and masks and stuff. That's really, really cool. I'm gonna go back a bit. Yeah, like just those masks, like I said, like this is a great video, I think, to promote your music because it looks like they're there, they're dressed up to see you specifically.
And this is a Christmas party? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
We should make the trip down east and go do this one year.
We should. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, Jay.
Say the word, you can crash here.
Absolutely.
Fucking A.
That sounds great. Yeah. Jay and I made it out east for Heavy Montreal before.
Yeah, we overshot Toronto and kept going to Montreal.
Yeah, that was a hell of a trip. Okay, all right, let's go back to this live performance. Like I said, I watched the whole thing start to finish. I had it on my big TV. I had it playing while I was feeding my kid and all this stuff and looking after the house. But
so metal.
It's so metal. I'm a metal dad. I can't help it. Okay, all right, let's check it out. I love it. Absolutely love it. Are you guys hearing an echo too, or is it just me?
I think it's yeah.
Yeah, we're hearing it.
We're hearing it.
Oh.
It just showed up a second ago though.
Okay, I think it's a Skype thing. I think it's a Skype thing. So yeah, Exorcist. And I want to check out a bit of Ambiguous. I really like this track. Hold on. We just jumped right into it. Oh, no, it should be at the end. That's not Ambiguous. Ambiguous should be near the end. Okay, I'm going to find that. While I'm doing that, could you go ahead and, Peril and Seven, can you go ahead and set up that track?
Yeah, sure. Ambiguous was one of the first songs that I wrote. We've got a pretty extensive catalog. We've got like 150 songs ready to go. I just don't know what to fucking do with them, to be honest.
How can I listen to that many songs? Because I couldn't find. We need more of that.
Yeah. You know, it was like, how do we put these out, because everybody's releasing singles or EPs. Nobody's doing like the long play extended plays anymore, and so we're just like, you know, is anybody even going to hear most of the album if we release a full album? Or are we just throwing it out the window? I don't know. So Ambiguous wrote it about 5 or 6 years ago, and I wrote the song about just because I was a bit disenchanted with where music was at. It just felt like all of the fun or the theatrics or the emotion, a lot of the emotion was missing. And so I was just picturing the way music is in contrast with losing David Bowie and Prince and Michael Jackson and just a lot of the people that meant a lot to me that were kind of iconic pop stars. And I just thought, you know, the way that the state of music is kind of bland, it's kind of gray, and there's a big gap where these people are missing. And I just felt like it was kind of, so it's kind of a commentary on just my catharsis.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm going to want to just play some chat catch-up because we have some awesome comments in the chat here as well. Nate Trash says, Ozfest band written all over them. 100%. Yep. 100% agree. Yes, absolutely. Totally. And they would it would just shock people and surprise people. I think then it's everything. It's a whole package. Even if folks didn't know who you were, I think it would have that same reaction at a big festival like that it would like pull the audience toward like, who is this? What's going on? What is this? You know, it's attention gathering for sure.
That's very kind of you to say.
Yes, thank you.
That's very cool. Thank you.
And then Alex says, just saw myself in the audience. So that's kind of cool. When we were watching the video, yeah.
This is that our family, so we have like, geez, which Alex is it? I know which Alex it is, but I'm joking.
Hey, Corey was singing along with me there. The F me, you can, fuck me, I guess. Fuck me part of the song. Thanks for that. Curtis. Hey, Curtis, how's it going? Yeah, Curtis is from a stellar band, Sadistic Embodiment. I'm actually wearing their cuff right now. They're from the Edmonton, Alberta area. Really sick death metal band. And Curtis, we have a killer guests on tonight. So thanks for jumping on the show, watching the show. Nate was actually saying also reminds me of Cold Chamber, 1997.
Yeah, that's you know, I didn't know who they were. I kind of missed them until a couple years ago. But really cool stuff. You know, obviously I know Dez and Devil Driver. Right. And the stuff that he does now, but I kind of missed that. You know, to be honest, I missed a lot of that era. You know, I didn't get into it until after the fact. So, yeah. Cool.
That's a cool journey, and I guess that's a lot of influence from you then, Seven, right?
I think so. I hope so.
I definitely think so. The guitar stands out so much in the music. I mean, it just pulls everything. It's kind of the glue, I think, that holds everything else together with your music. Okay, I'm gonna try to find Ambiguous. I apologize. I thought I had the timestamp down, but I was copied from somewhere else. So is this Ambiguous? That was Ambiguous. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit. You're probably gonna say, yeah, I think I found
5 notes.
There we go. Yes, found it. We're back on the rails. Ow! See if we can see that audience again. That's a little bit darker. There's a lot of people there. Holy smokes. Woo! They love you. I'm going to say right now, this is my. Oh, sorry. Echo.
Oh, it's that YouTube problem. It's back.
Oh no.
Parallel universe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say. You know what? We're just gonna listen to this music for a bit, and I'll say it later.
Lights fade away, the sun down falls without blame. They roll down, and right now, break down. And you never know about the frail day inside of me. Break down.
I love it. I love it. Test. One question I haven't asked is, the echo's gone, thank God. Okay, one question I haven't asked is, who does the music production and the synth work? Like who? Yeah, I'm assuming it was Peril, but I didn't know. Is that from your background in hip hop, or like where did you learn to like? In everything self-produced, like you do all the music production, Peril, or
everything right here. Actually, behind me.
Right there, you go. There's the monitors behind the studio monitors behind you. Okay, yeah.
That's it. I had to. It's not because I'm good at it, and it's not because I had an aptitude for it. It's because, it's expensive. You can't find anybody to do things the way that you want them done, and
we spent thousands of dollars to get material back, and we just can't use it.
Yeah, because it just
seriously. Wow. Yeah. That's shitty. That's really shitty. Well, I mean, I can't comment on you as a producer in general. Like what I tend to find is the good music producers are ones that have a good range. They can work with different kinds of bands, that kind of thing. But at least for your sound and your music, it sounds like it should. Like it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? For that, for the '90s influence, for the synth, for the synthetic, for the horror elements, for everything, it sounds like it should sound. In my mind, I mean, I think you've realized your vision in the production as well. So at least for your band, you're a good producer. So you've done a great job.
Yeah, actually, I am doing production now for other bands. So it's yeah, but in the beginning it was like Dumb and Dumber of production, and it was only me. I played both roles, the Dumb and Dumber, and it was literally just beat the shit out of it until it fit into the place. There was no finesse, there was no knowledge or aptitude there, and I'm still, just like vocals, I'm still actually learning. I'm going back and learning like basics of compression and parallel compression, and or parallel compression.
Oh, trademark. TM.
Yeah, but that was so bad that I just blew my whole train of thought. I stumped. Yeah.
I like. Hey, dad jokes are good. I'm a metal dad. Wicked Wally likes the dad jokes, so keep them coming.
It was right here, and it was just like, kill yourself.
While you're thinking of what do you want to say next, Peril? Another Wicked Warrior in the chat. Wicked Warrior we've seen before. CJ Curtis in the chat says this is fantastic. Got a bit of Architects from this as well.
The gent stuff.
Gent.
If only. That's an awesome compliment. I wish I had a fifth of what they have, musically. Those guys are amazing, and their new stuff. I know a lot of the earlier fans may not like where they've kind of gone with it, but fuck, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I really dig that new album. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, Architects is a little more complex, I would say, and this is more straightforward in terms of your sound. Like, this is more you lean more towards the pop side of things because of your influences, and it's kind of just Korn. While they at the time when they came out were kind of new and interesting and different, as you listen to them throughout the years, it's like they do have a very kind of I want to say like a pop, almost like a pop approach to their sound, even though they're really heavy and they have different elements, like the way they set up the choruses and the bridges and kind of the hooks and everything like that. I mean, they had a dubstep album, for Christ's sake. So
Nirvana had a lot to do with that as well, because really, we're all kind of following in the footsteps of the Nirvana template. The quiet, ethereal verses, and then a dynamic build, and then you freak the fuck out in the chorus, and then it goes back and calms down. I think a lot of us took that page from Nirvana, even though I wasn't. I was more of an Alice in Chains.
Okay.
But yeah,
really liked them back then. Even their new stuff's good too, but their first two albums, really good.
So what I was going to say before I got echoed out by the Skype gods is that the song, hold on one second, the song Ambiguous is my favorite Phantom High track.
Oh, thank you.
It's my favorite Phantom High track, and I think the reason for that is because it has the kind of poppier elements that you have from your video, from the Black Divine music video. It has that in there, as well as like the heaviest kind of stuff you have as well. I think it's a good showcase, just personally, just my own feeling and what I like. It seems like a really good showcase of your sound. It's got a little bit of both kind of sides of Phantom High, I guess what you'd say. So that's why I really like this track.
Something funny about that, I didn't mean to cut you off, is that I was listening to a lot of Rihanna. Okay. Umbrella, Ella, A. Yeah, I was listening, like that whole intro thing, like I was just like feeling that vibe, and everything took off from there. I mean, the song itself doesn't obviously take anything away from that, but the energy, yeah.
Wow,
it's funny where inspiration can come from.
Yeah, totally. I would not have thought of Rihanna, but yeah, definitely. Okay, let's go back and listen to a little bit more of this, and then how are we doing for time? I mean, we're having fun. There's lots of people watching right now, tuning in live, involved in the chat. So we won't cut this short tonight for sure. We'll definitely try to get to about just under the 2-hour mark, probably. Yeah, let's listen to a little more of this, and we have a couple more things I want to chat about. But and if there's anything you think of, go ahead and step in and say stuff. But let's check it out.
Stars that won't shine.
You mentioned Linkin Park. I almost get a little of that there too. I mean, you mentioned Linkin Park earlier. I feel a little bit of that vibe. Yeah.
So much
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop there. We're enjoying ourselves, but I do recommend folks. Like I said in the episode description, there is a link to go watch this video, or you can maybe find it on YouTube. Phantom High live at Krampus 2019. The Opera House Toronto is what it's called. The videos only has 293 views, and I say only because, like I said, this is like one of those like live performances. You pay money to you buy a DVD from someone to watch. This is how well this is produced. The sound's great. You want to feel like you're watching Phantom High live, and when you can't watch Phantom High live, check this out because I just really loved it. Some more comments in the chat. Lots of comments in the chat. I'm missing stuff, so let's do some catch up here.
Trash talk.
It's all Nate trash. Well, actually, this one's important. Wally, you're sexy, he says. So that's thank you.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
I'm taken though. I apologize. I'm taken right now, but thank you. So much new metal madness. True Knot is in the house. Hey, Wally. He says, "Yo, Wally, you demand another Wicked Warrior." True Knot is in the house. True Knot is a hip hop artist who is part of I would say, like a progressive metalcore type band, maybe in the vein of with Gent as well, in the vein of maybe Tesseract and that kind of thing. They kind of have that kind of bit of a vibe. So True Knot, the band is Anyway, it's because I'm tired. I'm actually running on 4 hours sleep, so I have a new kid. I knew that was going to come up at some point tonight. They are Metavore. I've interviewed them. They're incredible, and they're actually working on new music right now. They're called Metavore. They're from Calgary. They're really solid band, so I recommend checking them out. And then Johnny Alberta, another Wicked Warrior. Oh man, all the Wicked Warriors are coming out tonight. You're making new fans tonight, Seven and Peril.
You're gonna have to come to Alberta and play a show.
Yeah, well deserved. You're definitely going to have to. I think you'd...
I think we've lost our audio again, too.
Oh, really? I can hear you.
No, there you are. Oh, I couldn't.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're all good. I could hear you. Johnny Alberta says, love the dynamic between... Where's he from? Alberta. Love the dynamic between the visual and the audio. Absolutely. Oh, my God. There's so much stuff. Is there anything else that kind of pops out at me here? Love the band's brave enough... I love bands brave enough to explore that. And one thing I was thinking too is there's a bit of a resurgence right now in terms of that new metal vibe. I can't think of any bands on the top of my head right now, but I know there's actually young artists, new bands coming out that kind of are bringing that back. It's like it's become, I guess, nostalgic in a way. It's become more of a at the time new metal was like, ooh, it's new metal, ooh, it sucks or whatever. You know what I mean? There's that stigma against it because it's not like the old school metal.
I'm not gonna lie. Like there was a lot of it that I cringe when I watch, but the shit that was good was really fucking good. You
right.
know? And that's obviously like when I was my roots. Like I was like Alice Chains and shit like that was a big thing for me. But even when you look back to like Guns N' Roses, when they came out and they kind of took the scene by storm and started that whole, bunch of clone bands that came after them, they were essentially Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin melded together, and
sure.
That was what 87 or 88. I don't know. I'm guessing. I can't remember the year. I'm sure it was earlier than that, but. Those bands weren't even gone, like they were in their prime 10, 15, maybe 20 years before that. So if you look at where we're at right now versus where new metal is, like, when I started this, I didn't start it to be like Korn. I started it because, I don't know, I see these bands and they're kind of fizzling out a little bit, not Korn, but, like the people that carried the torch. And I just thought, like, who's going to make the music that I like? Who's going to do the next generation of that music?
Sure.
And that's kind of what.
And it can keep going. I mean, thrash metal kind of was created in the 80s, and that's still going. There's bands that have that stripped down sound, and they sound. And I love thrash metal, and they are continuing that vibe, and they sound like they come straight out of the 80s. Why can't you just why can't that genre just continue? And people like it. If you don't, that's then you don't. That's just the way it is. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
You don't like it.
Yeah. Nate says in the chat, Mudvayne is coming back too, which is yes, I heard about that. That's pretty exciting.
You guys?
So excited about that.
Yeah, they got 4 shows and I have to go see one.
Only 4.
Yeah, there's only four festival shows that Danny Wilmer Presents does. That his production company. They're doing the 4 festivals.
Wow.
I don't know which ones off the top of my head. I don't remember, but yeah, if you want to go see them, those are the 4.
Awesome. I knew you'd be the best co-host for tonight, Jay. I'm happy it actually worked out that you ended up coming on this one. Well, because you know about all these bands, that you know what I mean. You can back me up. I don't have to remember every single name of every band. Okay. Another thing I liked, so we talked about the music, we checked out your tunes. I'm sure you've made some new fans tonight. You have definitely made some new fans tonight in this chat. And folks watching after the fact, I'm sure you're going to make some new fans tonight. Well-deserved. And engage with some existing ones. That's another part of this is fun, because we get to chat with some people who already love you, which it's cool. You get to find out little tidbits and stuff as well. It's kind of fun that way. I also like going through social media. So folks' social media, not like private stuff. I don't like dig into private stuff. That's silly. But I do go through the stuff that's very public and stuff that I find interesting and funny or cool, whatever. And I like to ask about it. So I'm about to pull something up here. There we go. So this is a picture of 3 of you. We have we have 7 in Peril. We also have your drummer Joey. Joey's there as well, right?
Yep.
So. Well, can you explain to me about this? How was this day? And also,
that looks like a party. I don't know what else you need to say.
Looks like a party, and also it looks like there's real friendship here. It's not just a bunch of people that are getting together to play music. Kind of, just I see 3 best friends when I look at this photo. Is that correct?
Yeah. We don't do anything that's not family, and family is something that relationship and a bond is something that we do our theatric thing, but inside of that is a very solid connection. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, we did it. It was there was a little bit of humor there. We thought, this is so fucking ridiculous. Let's just do this. Yeah.
And you all have matching sunglasses, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks to Twiggy.
Yeah, we were at our friend Twiggy's place, and that she was hosting that event, and so that's her pool and her glasses, and
we were in lockdown and missed Pride, so that's how we celebrated. We just got together with the 3 of us and Twiggy, and that was it.
Yeah,
but it was fun.
One year I got to go ahead, Jay.
Photo then, eh? Twiggy's the one that got to take the photo and didn't get to be in it.
Yeah. She was on the DL at the time. She was trying to not be in social media for
and Wally just let it out. Way to go.
I'll be out of it. It's totally past, but it was in the moment, and she was like, I don't know if I want to, and we're like, it's cool, be incognito, do your thing.
I can't help it. I dig for things, but I try not to invade people's privacy, but I want to find fun stuff, And this is on the band's Instagram. So the other thing I was going to say is, you mentioned Pride. I mean, there wasn't, I guess you can't, there's no parade. I guess there wasn't there was no Pride event here in Calgary last year. That makes sense. I got to march in it one year though. I actually marched in the Pride Parade one year. It was fun. It was fun as an ally. I got to help put a float together and everything. It just only did it the one time, but it was fun. It's such a great event to be part of here in the city, especially in a city like Calgary. It's a great event to be part of. Okay, so and I mentioned friendships. I guess just another photo of you all looking like you enjoy each other and love each other's company.
That was in London, Ontario.
Okay.
We were at,
was that our first show?
That was our second show.
The second one.
Wow.
Second show. Or it might have been our first. Fuck, I don't know. They all blend together. While you just get on, and you get up to the top, and then it's just fucking woo! And then just like that, sounds like that too. And so we were just taking advantage of the moment. We miss Vicky. We love Vicky.
Yeah. I like her. It's lit up mask, or is that lights in there, or what is she wearing? That's really cool.
Yeah.
She was so talented with that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Right. But and there's the other thing I wanted to pull up is this is a cool one. This is interesting. Peril. And tell me if this is too private. If not, we can skip it. But just women that have inspired you. And here, I'll try to pull it up so we can see it better. But women who have inspired you, can you kind of... I found this very interesting going through your Instagram. And I just want to know who these women are and why they inspired you.
Yeah, so I think the top, starting from the...
Yeah, I'll try to go closer.
The left stage right is Joan Jett, of course, and the first cassette that I ever bought, I saved up like change, and my parents drove me to like a Kmart, and I bought my very first ever cassette tape, and it was Joan Jett, and just always, just her voice. I love the whole raspy voice thing and the history with the Runaways. And I mean, right beside her, Lita Ford, also Runaways.
Right.
Lita Ford was on my wall all through my teens, just so hot. And especially that sequin jumpsuit that she used to have with the bitch belt. I was just like, that is the fucking hottest shit ever. And
I had Lita Ford on my wall.
Oh, really? Really, Jay? Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Rita Ford, Lee Aaron, Dora Pesh, like all of those, like the metal queens, really.
Ventress.
Asajj Ventress is just
Badass.
Yeah, badass. I love her. Like, I love her character. I love the depth of that whole series. Like,
what is that from?
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. Star Wars Clone Wars. Okay, yeah. I thought it looked like Clone Wars.
And beside her is Chibi, the singer from Birthday Massacre.
Okay.
And I think if it weren't for the Birthday Massacre, I don't even know if we'd be having a conversation. Like, they were much an influence to me. Jada Pinkett, just fucking shattering boundaries. Just basically does what the fuck she wants and has a metal, like, is already
metal band,
rich,
yeah.
And then just, that you have to love it, right? Like, that has to be just love for the music in order to, a lot of us do it and we struggle aspiring to be something, but it's something else entirely to be at that level and then, humble yourself to be in, accepted in front of an audience like that. So, Jada, always love her. Imhotep.
And then right next to her, Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, was Imhotep, right?
Imhotep, okay. Oh, and then there's Queen of the Vampires. I recognize. What is that?
Yeah, definitely. Queen of the Damned is one of those movies.
Yeah.
It's tacky. The production wasn't there for what it could have been. Especially for an Anne Rice. But
Interview with a Vampire, a sequel, I guess, right, or a prequel?
The third book in the series.
The third book in the series? Okay, yeah. I didn't watch this one. I watched Interview with a Vampire, but not this one. Yeah.
Go into it knowing that there's going to be cheese because it just wasn't produced the way that it should have been.
Right.
Because of the time, but the concept where Lestat comes alive and joins a rock band. Starts his own heavy metal band.
Yeah.
And it's like the Jada Pinkett thing. It's just like, how fucking sick is that, to just, be able to do anything you want. And that's what you chose to enter, that arena as. Who else we got? Grace Jones. Fucking Grace Jones. That is Grace Jones is Grace Jones. Yeah. There's not much I can expound on with her. She's just fucking awesome.
She was a very well-known model, right? Very well-known model, right? And also she was known for her androgyny and beauty and kind of any kind of outfit. She would wear any kind of outfit, whether it be masculine or feminine, right? Wasn't that her claim to fame? Am I right or no?
She's a pop artist, and
she's a pop artist. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And great musician, amazing singer.
Oh, I didn't. There you go.
stuff in the Conan the
Oh, right.
Barbarian.
Yes, she was in Conan. I know that.
We're in the Destroyer.
Yeah.
And she was in the James Bond movie too, A View to a Kill.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah. And she bullied both of those motherfuckers. Like they were like,
Yeah, she did.
yeah. Who else we got? Lady Gaga, of course.
Oh, Lady Gaga. There's Lady Gaga.
Jill Janis from Huntress. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love Jill.
That's Lady Gaga. That's Becky Star.
That's I'm
My-
going from here.
My favorite.
I missed this moment. Yeah. I got all mixed up. I can barely see.
That's okay. It's probably hard to see because you have to look at Jason. Jason's in one thing and you're in another. It's probably hard to see all these. My favorite one out of all of this is your last one here. Your mom.
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah, that's really cute. I was like, because Mother's Day, we just passed Mother's Day, so I thought that was really cute to see that.
My mom has been so much for me. So yeah, very lucky to still have my mom. A lot of my friends, a lot of my friends don't have their mom in their life still, and so I definitely appreciate that. And, yeah, one time when I was living in Florida, she sent me money because I was broke and I was essentially living off the street, and she sent it, I don't know, when she wired it, she signed it the parental unit, and I don't know, it's irrelevant. Like, yeah.
Wow. And what? Actually, here's a good question. Now we're talking about your mom. What do your parents think of your music?
So my mom and dad, they separated a long time ago, so they're kind of on different places.
Yeah, mine too.
My dad thinks it's awesome. Like he's very eccentric and intelligent, and just I definitely have a lot of my dad, in my genes. And also my mom, she's she was probably a bit more conservative back in the day, but it was the time. And my sister came out, and she's like, you get to a point where you kind of transcend boundaries in life, and you're just happy to be with your family, and you just love and appreciate the energy that's them. And so yeah, she's totally supportive of me and us and everything that we do, which is just amazing. Not gonna lie, when things go against me, that tends to get me wound up and drive me even harder. So maybe it took a little bit of my steam away, when my family got behind me and supported me, but I
started to actually support you. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah.
They're like, okay, we want them to stop. So what do we do? It was like that episode of South Park with when they found out the Klan was supporting something they did, and they're like, no, if you guys want this bill to pass, you should pretend that you want that. I think they're doing like the reverse psychology thing with me, where they're like, support him and he won't be interested in it anymore.
I was anyway, actually, you know what? I'll turn over to 7 because I want to make sure you don't let you off the hook. What do your parents think of your music and your
Well, his mom is like a second mom to me, so I love her.
Nice.
My mom, very supportive. My mom and dad, very supportive of what we do. We have some hardcore Catholics in our family, so
okay.
Some of them are a little distant when it comes to, sharing videos and songs, but that's okay.
Right.
But my parents are very supportive.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So you mentioned your mom. Mother's Day was recent. My first Father's Day is coming up next month. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Thank you. I raised your glass. I appreciate it.
A Father's Day present now?
If you want to, I'll take presents. You know what would be a good Father's Day present? If everyone who's watching and right now goes to our YouTube channel and subscribes to the Wicked Wally webcast and follows us on Instagram and does those two things, or if you're on Twitch too, that's great. But I mean, YouTube is the one I'm really trying to boost views subscriptions on, because we need 100.
Oh,
At least
here,
100.
let's drop some YouTube links then.
YouTube links. That'll be my Father's Day gift. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Here we go. Let's get Wally some followers.
Get Wally some followers. That's my Father's Day gift. All right. Great. I really appreciate that. Also, I was going to mention the band's done various covers. We're getting close to the 2-hour mark. I'm not going to spend as much time on this as I thought I was going to originally, but you do different covers. You mentioned Lady Gaga. There is a Lady Gaga cover on Bandcamp you can find. Applause, the song Applause. The applause. Actually, I won't play it just in case we get flagged, because it sounds similar to the original. Just in case we don't get flagged. But
is on SoundCloud and not anywhere else, just because, yeah.
Right.
You know, I wasn't there.
And is it that song because that's how you feel, or why you did Applause?
You know, honestly, things just resonate with me, and the music really resonated with me. And yeah, a little bit like it's definitely there's an energy there with that. But I also liked her sarcasm. You know, she talks about being well read and just some different cultural references, you know, and stuff to do with fashion and stuff to do with culture that kind of resonated with me. But above all of that was, sometimes I hear a song and I'm just, my producer ears turn and I'm just like, that's fucking sick. Imagine this song, you know. We kind of our mantra, you know, with Phantom High going into writing and stuff was, we love pop music and we love covering pop songs. And one of my favorite things is hearing a heavy band cover a pop song. And so why not just write the fucking pop song yourself, and then, you know, from the point of conception, make it the same energy that one of those bands has covering a pop. So
sure, yeah, totally.
Who was it that did that Britney Spears cover? That was really kind of fun. There's some metal band that did Britney Spears.
I'll let you look. Go ahead. Maybe Seven Knows? What was it?
Oh, there's a few Toxic ones.
Yeah, there's a few covers of Toxic.
Red-Handed Denial?
Yeah, Lauren Babic from here in, I don't know if it's Babic or Babic. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. Her band, Red-Handed Denial, I think, did Britney Spears' Toxic cover. That was
yeah, that's the first one that comes up. Yeah, it's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't know what I'm thinking of though.
There's another one. There is another one, and that one was really good as well. I can't pull it up off the top of my head though.
And there's two other covers that stood out to me personally when I listened to them. They're on your Bandcamp page as well. And I'll mention them, and then if there's anything to add, you can. If not, just say people go listen to. But I recommend people go check these out as well. This is at the end of the Conjured EP, actually. So this is on Spotify too, I believe. Let's Dance, the David Bowie cover.
That I loved. I thought that was awesome when I heard that.
Yeah.
Such a good cover.
That was, you know, like, I'm one of those weird fans that likes the things that maybe some of the hardcore fans don't like, you know, and don't like the stuff that some of the hardcore fans like. And so the 80s David Bowie, you know, just like 80s Rush. I like 80s Rush, but I don't really care for the other stuff. I know, kill me, but
no, hey,
I don't really like any Rush.
I like some Rush, but I like the more complex stuff. The stuff that's more well known, I don't like as much of their. I like their more obscure stuff. So anyway.
But so that one was, we went and paid the rights to put that one to sell it or whatever. So because we really liked it so much.
And so does Jay.
Yeah. Yep.
You got really excited, which is awesome. I love the excitement.
Because I just threw that on while I was making dinner today. Because Wally dropped me in on this one. I didn't really do any prep for it, so I just threw on your Spotify and hit random while I was making dinner, and I'm grooving away, and all of a sudden the lyrics. I'm like, hey, wait, I know these lyrics. What is? This is David Bowie. But it just wasn't a cover. Like, you guys totally made that your own, and it sounded like Phantom High. So I thought that was really cool. That's kind of what got me on that one.
Try and keep some of the energy from the original, but you know, if you're going to cover something, why cover it? You're never going to do it as good as David Bowie did it. So, I see people and they do a cover and they try and almost mimic what the original, like, why would it doesn't even make any sense to try and kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. You're right. When you see bands that literally just try to play the song,
yeah, you're never.
There's not many bands that can pull that off. And yeah, you're right. It usually just kind of falls flat. It's like, okay, well, yeah, this is a cover song, big deal. But yeah, when a band kind of takes a song and rolls it around and spits it back out and it's something different, but it is still that song, that's when you got something cool going on.
Definitely. Corey in the chat says, "Let's Dance" and "Run to You" are such good covers. "Run to You," what's that one? I don't. That one didn't stand out to me.
Bryan Adams.
Yes.
Oh, Bryan Adams. Okay.
I heard that today too. Actually.
Wow. Okay. All right.
We really fucked that one up. Like, we slowed the tempo down, and we just really mixed it up with that one. That was maybe my first cover.
It was the first one.
Yeah.
Wow. And a Canadian artist, right? So that's kind of cool too, right? And then the last cover that stood out to me for, I think this is gonna be obvious reasons, and I'm pointing at you, even though it's rude to point. I'm pointing at you, Seven. I'm pointing at Seven. The cover of Korn's "Falling Away from Me."
Yeah.
So.
That's really fun to play live.
Yeah, and that's on your Bandcamp page. I'm going to ask the obvious question: why did you pick that song? Oh, we lost your audio for a second. Hold on. Oh no.
Now?
Oh,
Nope,
there we
you're
go.
back.
We're back. What was that, Seven?
Oh, I just said, why not?
Why not? There you go. That's a good answer. That's a very good
Is that
answer.
your favorite Korn song?
No, not really. But
Just a
I
good
think
one
it was
to play live.
talk up the most and have fun with it.
People know that track too,
Yeah,
right?
people know that. You could play that and everybody would know it and get into it for sure.
Right. And then with your aesthetic and vibe, and make it your own as well. That works pretty well. Okay, so that does it for the main part of the interview, but there's still one more segment I want to cover briefly on this show called our review segment. We're going to look at a pretty cool band that also blends together a ton of genres. So I wanted Seven and Peril, will you stick around to check out this other band?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. And before we do that, I'm going to turn over to you one more time to give you the floor, next minute or whatever you need to let folks know in terms of what's coming up next, where to follow you, that kind of thing. Give you the stage, and you can plug stuff.
Sorry, I'm really nervous. I have stage fright. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Yeah, so I mean, right now I think we're starting to really funnel ourselves into the streaming stuff with Spotify, just to try and branch out. So if you're watching this, follow our Spotify and listen to it while you're asleep, and when you're not doing anything, just leave Spotify on all the time on Phantom High. And,
You might make 5 cents.
We will make absolutely zero money, but it will put us in algorithms that gets us on playlists and stuff. And I think that's going to be our 2021 focus. Yeah. We're doing some other stuff. We have a cover of what do we say? Yeah, so we've got Corpse Husband, E-Girls Are Ruin My Life. We've got that cover coming out, and we also have. What's the new cover we're working on? 9 Inch Nails and Health. They just released a single.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
Was that ever good?
And we're going to release it probably in the next few days. So
wow.
We're just we like doing covers because they're fun, and
sure.
they're just fun. We like having fun. So
and they're good for algorithms. They're good for people finding out about you, right? They're searching for something else and they find you. You're kind of you're borrowing someone else's cred, but then they click for the other name, but they stay for you, right?
Yeah. We don't not like fun. So
cool.
With the fun and dysfunction.
But, yes.
Wow.
Sorry,
I have to have
couldn't resist.
I have to have a clip of all the like lame jokes for tonight and
Well,
put that
that's
together.
their joke. I just said back to them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah,
I
that's
had
not me.
speaking of Father's Day and being a dad and dad jokes, where those two circles, kind of intersect. And you were speaking about followers. And have you ever thought of naming your fan base?
Well, I have thought of it. I just call them the Wicked Warriors. But if you have something better, I'm all ears.
Dude, wait for it. Followers.
Walliers?
Followers.
Wallowers.
Hey, that's actually pretty good.
The Wicked Wallowers. Ah, I like it. There you go. Perfect. See? The Wallowers.
Well done.
Let's try it out. I'm going to try it out. See if it sticks. I don't know. What does folks in the chat say? We have a bunch of people still watching. What do you like better? Do you want to be a Wicked Warrior or do you want to be a Wallower? We'll see what people say. We'll see if anyone has any feedback or comments or opinions. But I like it. Okay, so like I said, it's time for some reviews. We're going to go ahead and review a band. Yeah, let's do this. Time for some reviews. That's right. It's time for some...
Never gonna not crack me up.
All right. It's time for some reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. We only have one band tonight we're going to check out because there's a lot to discuss here. And there's a possibility, I think, if we dig them, we might check out more than just one track from them. We'll see what everyone thinks tonight on tonight's show. But there's going to be a lot to dissect on this band. We're going to listen to a band called Sanguine Glacialis. Sanguine Glacialis. I'm gonna try to say that 3 times fast. We're gonna watch a new music video from them called Kraken. So Montreal, Quebec's Sanguine Glacialis. There we go. Have a new music video for the track Kraken in support of their 2018 album Hadope Logic. I hope I'm saying that right. The band experiments with a vast array of musical styles such as jazz, classical, folkloric music, and Latin music, while keeping a very strong melodic death metal accent. So I thought Phantom High, our guest for tonight, would appreciate this, even though it's very different from their music, just because of all the varied influences in the music. What do you think?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's check it out. All right. So Sanguine Glacialis, if I'm saying that correct, and we'll see what I don't know. I'm a fan of it, but I'm curious to hear what the rest of you pull out of this. And our guests too. The review segment is for the Wallowers as well. Curtis in the chat says I got wood on the wall. Oh, Corey says I got wood on the Wallowers. little spring there.
Wicked.
Little excitement. And then Curtis says, I wallow in the corniness this episode. Thanks for that. All right, let's check it out. Sanguine Glacialis, their new music video for Kraken off their 2018 album, Hadope Logic. Let's do this. Hey, are we back? Looks like we're back. We're losing all the viewers. Stream just dropped. Oh, shoot. Let's see here. Is it the same stream? There we go. I think I might have lost my internet connection or something here. Everything lost, and it wasn't my nothing froze. So
yeah, all the streams are frozen right now too.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, you're offline. Actually, you went offline on all the streams. Oh no, yeah, you did.
It's not back.
Facebook's not. I think the other two are though.
Oh, Facebook's not though. Oh shoot, that really sucks. Hate it. Hate when that stuff happens. Right in the middle of a really cool segment.
Yeah, Twitch and YouTube are back. Facebook is not. The live video has ended.
Oh, and that's it. And it's just done. Oh no, we had so many people watching on Facebook.
Yeah. Can't you? No way to restart it.
I can stop and start again. Stop it and start it again. But we have to share out a new. Well, we're almost done the show, so the show's almost over. So it's weird to restart a stream at the very end like that.
All right, well, let's just wrap up with some impressions on this, and then you can just publish it that way.
Yeah, I think we might do that. Apologize to folks. We had the technical gods did not shine on us today. So it's all about, and everyone's flipped around. Oh my god! All right, so Seven in Peril. What are your thoughts? I guess we'll wrap it up there. And you know what? First, just let me know what are your thoughts of that band.
Okay, I thought it was fucking awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, I love how it started out really organic, and then it turned on. But then when you think, okay, this is it, this is where it's going, that was really fucking cool. Then they fucking blow it up another notch. Like they put that much more heaviness into it again, and it's not just heaviness for the sake of heaviness. I actually really, really fucking enjoyed that, and it takes a special type of talent to be able to orchestrate that dynamic to take it there. And I was joking. I said that when you disappeared, but said that it reminded when I smoke weed to sleep. So the other night I tried some new stuff, and at first it was kind of like cool and organic and just chill, and I was like, okay, all right, this is and then it was just like, wow, I'm having a hard time forming sentences. So it was like the next step up, and I'm like, okay, you know what, I can handle this. And then all of a sudden it was like, I can't fucking move, and it's like, so it kind of mimicked the dynamic. Like it was good.
Sweet. And we still have some people watching. We reconnected on both YouTube and Twitch, so we have some folks still watching, a few viewers left. The show will be posted after the fact, still on YouTube. I'll edit out some of the stuff. I'll get it working on YouTube. I'll let you know. You can share out the episode after that. You can check out the rest of this. Jay, what did you think of the band so far? The music goes in more directions as it goes, but what did you think so far?
That'd be kind of cool to see where that went, because that was, it was.
We can listen to more of it for sure.
You wanted a little bit of a journey there. Like Peril was saying, it wasn't static. It was moving around and going somewhere. I'll be honest, I don't know if I would listen to that.
Sure.
But I know a dude that would love that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's super cool though. I totally dig what they're doing with that. Yeah, it's like I said, kind of going on a trip. They're going on a journey. You're not just staying in one place. So
right.
I absolutely appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna play. Let's listen to some more of it. We'll keep the stream going. We got some folks watching on YouTube and Twitch still, so we'll do it for those folks as well live right now, and we can hear you can see your comments. It's working on YouTube. Yes, thank you. All right, let's listen to some more of the track, and have some more impressions coming as well. I have some things, some takes as well.
Get the video.
Sorry, was that Jay?
There's no audio on our side.
Oh, it's probably because we had things restarted, so you guys won't be able to hear it. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. That's because everything's got to start again. Apologize, everyone in the chat. We're gonna get it going again. That's what happens when things cut out. Yes. Jay, tell us a story. Tell us a story,
Yeah,
Jay.
good stories. It's been a pretty boring week around here.
Good story.
Hey, I took a holiday though. We went to Canmore, went hiking. It was really nice out in the mountains in the woods all by ourselves.
Well,
Away from
that's
society. That was actually a nice break. There's a good story for you.
that's
We
a
went to this
story.
condo that had a rooftop hot tub. That was pimping. So
was it?
nice. Sitting in the mountains in a rooftop hot tub. Oh, that was a nice vacation.
Have you guys seen the Missing 411?
No.
So it's about campers and hunters. There's two different movies. One is The Missing 411, and the other one is The Missing 411: The Hunted. And they are fucking crazy. It's just about people that mysteriously go missing. And yeah, it's wild. I don't get freaked out by stuff very often. Obviously, I'm usually the thing that does the freaking out. And, but
right. Got the audio fixed. I've got her fixed. So everyone live could still hear it. Everyone watching in the video stuff could still hear it. But yeah, you were cut out. So good. Oh, cool. It's cracking. Yeah, we had a lot of viewers on Facebook. I'm sad that they're missing this. Anyway. Echo again too. It's a sign we need to end the episode. It was smooth sailing up until this point, but I don't think the Facebook's back. I didn't want to restart the stream and then end it for the folks who are watching on YouTube and Twitch, and then it just had to reshare the thing out when we're almost done. If we're halfway through, I'd say we just do all that. We go through all that and share out links and stuff again. But we're almost done. You know what though? Even though we're not doing justice to the band right now through the live show, there's still the video after, there's still the episode people can watch after. We can share that out. And also, we're all seem to appreciate the music, be fans. I mean, I think if you're a Flesh God Apocalypse fan, you'd probably dig this. If you know the band Flesh God Apocalypse, Seven is nodding her head. Yes, she knows. Yeah, if you're a fan of them, you'd probably like
Igor vibe from them too. Actually, I think anybody who likes Igor would really be into these guys.
Yeah, definitely. So, and maybe even like a bit of a Between the Buried and Me with all the kind of changes and all the kind of that kind of stuff too, maybe a little bit. But yeah, so but we're all a fan, and I've already actually reached out to them. They want to be on a future episode of the Wicked Wally webcast. Nice. So we'll have to bring them on. And every song's different. Like, this is just one example. Every song is different. There's actually one track of theirs that's very straightforward death metal. Like, it's just like, you wouldn't even know that they experimented with different sounds. It's almost like a straight up death metal song with like a little bit of those other instruments kind of poking through. So very interesting, very cool band. I recommend people definitely check them out. And like I said, they want to come on a future show. So very likely you'll be seeing them. I'll be interviewing them on a future episode of the Wicked Wally webcast. So it's a loaded review. I already like them going in, but that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm glad you care about our opinion. That's awesome. Well,
I do care about
you made up your mind. It's already a done deal, but we'll get our 2 cents in anyways.
I just said if they're interested, so it's not necessarily a done deal, but they're interested in coming on the show. So it's not necessarily a done deal, but I'd love to have them on. All right, great. Yeah, so thank you again, Seven and Peril, for coming on the show tonight. Both of you, it was fantastic. You're fantastic guests. This was a lot of fun for me. I totally dig your music. I dug the conversation tonight. I think this is a stellar episode, and it's stellar because of great guests. So thank you so much for coming on tonight's show.
We had a great time. It was awesome. I really
Thanks
genuinely
for
had
having us
fun.
on.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, I'll end it there. And like I said, I'll be sharing out this episode. Well, I'm going to let folks know what's coming up on future episodes of the Wicked Wally webcast. I usually kind of do that at the end here. And I will be sharing this video out after the fact. Once it's up and ready for YouTube and stuff, I'll let you folks know. Maybe we can get some more folks checking out your stuff. Coming up on future episodes of the Wicked Wally webcast. There we go. Let's turn on some tunes. Oh, bam. All right, on Wednesday, May the 26th. So now we're doing every 2 weeks because Wally's a new dad, and it's tough with a newborn with colic. Actually, she just got colic, so it's been tough. Every 2 weeks we're doing a show. So in 2 weeks from now, on Wednesday, same wicked time, same wicked channel. Get ruined with Toxic Ruin. We're gonna get ruined that night. We interview Wisconsin leaders in modern thrash metal, Toxic Ruin, fresh off their signing with the label M Theory Audio. Vito will be guest hosting that one. Actually, Montana might. We'll see. Montana might be doing that one. We'll see. Wednesday, the following 2 weeks from then, every 2 weeks from now, is episode number 26, Howl at the Moon with Lycanthro. We are joined by members of Ottawa, Ontario's werewolf power metal band, Lycanthro, 1 week after releasing their full-length album, which is coming out soon. Mark of the Wolf. What's going on here? Hold on. That's freaky. Okay. I reset my list when I moved over to the other view. I had to see what was going on in the other view with the scary rabbit character. I'm just going to start reading them off of another list I have here, so we don't have to wait for the scrolling. But again, some great shows coming up. After the Lycanthro episode, we're going to be having 2 weeks following that, Arrival of Autumn in the spring, episode number 27, same wicked time, same wicked channel, live again. We are being, after being signed to Nuclear Blast, Grand Prairie, Alberta's Arrival of Autumn released their powerhouse of an album, Harbinger, in 2019. They have new music in the works and are going to join us to give us a taste of what they got coming up next. So that'll be a great show. Arrival of Autumn. They're actually from Grand Prairie, Alberta. And then maybe following that, we'll see. It might be Sanguine Glacialis, or it could be another band I'm chatting with as well. Already have stuff in the works, and really exciting. Both Lycanthro and Arrival of Autumn reached out to me to be on the show, so that feels good. You know you're doing something right when bands are poking you and saying, "Hey, we want to be on the show. Can you interview us?" So that's pretty cool. All right. Thanks again, Seven and Peril. Thanks again, Jay. I had a lot of fun being nostalgic, talking about old school metal and new metal, and talking about pop music, talking about our lives and our personalities and all kinds of stuff. So thanks again, folks. Tune in next week. Same wicked time, same wicked channel. This is Wally and Jay signing out. Have a awesome rest of your week.
Thanks, guys.